spend the next hour or so together just letting go of all of our stress. Focus on some good deep breathing, and again, if you want to just relax for the whole hour, that's fine too, because we're in the perfect place to do that. All right, we're going to start with some relaxation. Let's go down onto our backs, make ourselves nice and comfortable. We close our eyes and start to breathe deeply in through our nose, expanding our belly, back, and rib cage on the inhale. So think about a bellows. As you're inhaling, everything's opening and widening. And then as we exhale, we're feeling that same area contracting and emptying and feeling the air pressing out. So with that exhale goes all of our stress and all of that tightness that we hold in the body. And each time we inhale, we're just bringing in lots of new energy, lots of feelings of calm and peace. While we're breathing, let's focus on our face and notice if we feel like our eyes are squeezed tight. Let's relax our eyes. And then let's relax our jaw. So we have a nice soft face. Now we'll shift awareness and breath into our neck and just feel all the muscles of your neck relax. That softness and relaxation moves into our shoulders. We're going to let our breath flow from our shoulders all the way out to our fingertips. And then we'll guide our breath and our awareness into our legs. And let's breathe from our hips all the way down to the tips of our toes. Shifting awareness and breath now into our spine. Visualize your breath entering the top of your head, starting to make its way down the spine, and on its way down, it's weaving itself in between each segment. So we're creating some space. We're breathing away any tension that we hold in our back. We have a nice blank slate. Let's inhale both arms towards the sky. Exhale, let's float them back behind us. And once they're behind us, we're going to stretch out through our fingers and push out through our heels. Just feel the entire length of your body. Let the body relax. And try again. Just extend out through your fingers and push out through your heels. And relax. Now let's inhale the arms back up towards the sky. And exhale, feel them float down alongside you. From there, we're going to pull the right knee to our chest, give ourselves a nice hug. Flex and point our right foot. Think about working from your heel to your toes. And then we're going to draw a nice circle with our ankle. Lead with your big toe. And then we can just rest our foot. Let's switch out the legs. In goes the left, out goes the right. Same thing, we'll start with just a flex and a point. And then we'll circle our ankle, lead with your big toe. And then you can just rest your foot. Let's bring the other knee back in, giving ourselves a hug. Feel your shoulders stay relaxed against the mat, and add a few gentle rocks from side to side. Come back to a neutral place, and then we'll circle our knees around and around, massaging through the lower back. And let's reverse. And then you can just remain in a nice little hug. And let's flex our feet and try to spread our toes open as wide as we can. And then scrunch them really tight. Spread them out really wide. Scrunch them really tight. And again, stretch really, really wide. And scrunch them up tight. And then just let your feet go completely relaxed. Let's knee circle again, massaging lower back. And reverse. And then from there, we can rest our feet back down on the mat. Let's space our feet apart about hips distance. Turn your toes in slightly. Let your arms rest at your sides, palms open to the sky. And I want you to tighten your belly button. And then let your belly button go soft. Try that again, just tighten the belly button. And let it go soft. Once more, we'll tighten the belly button. And then from there, I want you to start to draw your hips away from the mat. Lifting up until we form a nice shoulder bridge. We're feeling a nice contraction and hold in the hamstrings. Keeping weight out of the shoulders. And then as we exhale, let's ease our way back down one segment of our spine at a time. Let's do that again, tightening the belly. Visualize your spine leaving the mat one segment at a time. And just hanging on to your bridge. And then exhale once again, easing back down. We'll tighten that belly and once more peel away from the mat. And then while we're here, see if you can bring your feet closer together and your knees close together. And then once again, we can slowly melt back down. And then once we're down, pull the knees into the chest, and we've got our nice release through that lower back into the gluteals. Now let's feel the belly button tighten and bring the shoulders, neck, and head off the mat. So imagine that you're trying to bring your chin to your chest and your nose to your knees. And then we'll roll back down. Try that again. Tighten the belly. Let's round up nose to knees, chin to chest. And we'll roll back down. One more time. Tightening belly, rounding up nose to knees, chin to chest. Now on the exhale, let's roll ourselves up. And then once you've made it up, we can sit comfortably in our Taylor style position. Let's allow our palms to open to the sky. Rest the back of your hands on your knees. Feel the shoulders fall away from the ears. Let's bring our middle finger and our thumb together. Let your chin fall to your chest and breathe into the back of your neck. We'll lift the head and tip back, opening our throat. Try again, draw the chin to your chest. Lift the head and tip back, open the throat. Once more, dropping chin to chest. And then lifting our head, tipping back, opening our throat. And bring yourself back to that neutral place. Let all of the fingers reopen. Feel like you're trying to press your palms towards the sky. And then let your hands go soft. And let's place them together at heart center. While we're remaining tall, let's turn our eyes to look left. Come back to neutral and we'll turn our eyes to look right. Return to neutral and again looking left. Back through neutral and we look right. And then come back to that neutral place. Let your chin drop to your chest. From there, let's keep our thumb and index fingers together, making a little triangle shape. We're going to inhale. On the exhale, we're going to press our triangle towards the sky. And then as we inhale, let's draw the elbows and the forearms together, and then just let the elbows go wide. So we're going to exhale, press with the triangle towards the sky. And then inhale, pulling back down as the elbows go wide. Try again, exhale, press to the sky. And then inhale, drawing back into the heart. Let your hands return to your knees. And your chin drop to your chest. Now we're going to roll the right ear off to the right. Drop it back down and roll to the left. Dropping the chin and roll right. Drop that chin and roll left. Again, drop the chin as we roll right. And drop the chin rolling left. Once more, drop the chin and roll off to the right. And then just hesitate there for a moment. And place your right hand just above the tip of your left ear. So we're going to just increase the stretch in the side of our neck. And then let your left palm push into the mat. Inhale, extend the right arm to the sky and just gaze up at your right hand. Let's side stretch over to the left and really press into that right hip. Inhale back up and exhale, let's float that arm down. Let's take some shoulder rolls from back to front. And then we're going to take the shoulder rolls into some arm circles. Just really feel the whole movement at the shoulder. Good, and then let your hands float right back onto your knees. And we'll switch. So we're going to drop the chin to start. And then tip the left ear left and just hesitate there. Placing our left hand above right ear this time. And then push your right palm into the mat. And feel that stretch go all the way up the right side of your neck. And then we can inhale, left arm towards the sky and just gaze up at that left hand. Let's side bend to the right, feeling the stretch from the left hip all the way out. And we can inhale, lift, and exhale, let the arm float down. Once again, we'll start with small shoulder rolls from back to front, increasing them into a little bit of an arm circle. And we can make those arm circles even bigger. And then finally, just let your arms extend out. So we're reaching out to our fingertips. I want you to push out through your palms and let your fingertips reach towards the earth. Good, and then just let it all relax. We'll take one more inhale in our seated position. Exhale as everything goes soft. And let's move on to hands and knees. So whatever way works for you to get there, that's what we do. Once we're on hands and knees, we check. Are our shoulders over our wrists? Are our hips over our knees? Are the tops of our feet pressed into the mat? Fingers are widespread. We're going to turn our hands in slightly. So if they were moved together, our thumbs and index fingers would form a triangle. Balancing our weight more towards our index finger knuckle, keeping it out of our outer palm. That's going to help protect your wrists and your shoulders. Let's sink our navel, lift our tailbone, lift our head, open our heart for cow. And then exhale, deep scoop in as we round for cat. Inhale, we open cow. Exhale, round for cat. Inhale again for cow. And exhale round to cat. And then just make your way back to that neutral place. Let's extend the left leg behind us and push out through the left heel. While it's there, just point and flex your left foot a couple times. And then we'll keep that foot flexed and try extending the right arm for spinal balance. Stretching from the center of your body. Let's come down and switch. We'll start with the right leg this time. Press back out through that heel. Do that little point and flex with your foot. And then just keep that foot flexed. And we'll add the left arm forward for spinal balance. Exhale back down. Let's switch again. Left leg, right arm extend. Now while you're here, see if you can actually lift your right foot off the mat a little bit. So it's really not helping you balance. Let's come back down to all fours and switch again. Right leg extends, left arm comes forward. And then see if you can lift that left foot. Good job. Exhale, return to all fours. Now let's start separating the knees. Keep the big toes touching and push back with your tailbone. Let your chest drop between your knees, forehead to the mat. Extend the arms out, and there's extended child's pose. Remember to use this pose anytime you need a break. Let's thread the right arm through the left armpit and just let your right shoulder rest on the mat. Let the weight of your body increase the stretch. Bring the right arm out and we'll switch again, passing left through right. Again, just allowing that shoulder to melt into your mat. We'll bring that arm back out and re-extend in that child's pose. Keeping our hands flat, assuming that same hand position, we're going to tuck our toes, push our tailbone towards the ceiling or the sky. Let your head drop through your arms and feel your rib cage drawing towards the top of your thighs. Meanwhile, imagine the base of your shoulder blades drawing towards your gluteals. And let's nod the head yes. And then let the head shake no. And then just let it be. And we'll walk our dog a few times, lift and lower each heel individually. Feel that good stretch, not only in the bottoms of your feet, but moving up through your calves and your hamstrings. And then let's lift both heels together and sink them back down. From there, let's inhale forward into plank. If we want to modify that, we simply drop to the knees. And then we're going to press back up into down dog. Inhale again into your plank or modified plank. And exhale again into down dog. Once more, inhale into plank. So in our plank, I want you to keep your belly button tight so you don't sag your hips. Push out through your heels, relax your buttocks. And then let's all modify to our knees and start to lower. So your elbows are going to go wide on the way down. Lead with your chest, then your hips. Tuck your elbows in, and then inhale, lengthen as you rise into cobra. Exhale back down. Elbows are wide as you lower. Elbows tuck in as we rise into cobra. One more time. Exhale, going down. And tucking in, inhale, rise into cobra. Push all the way back into extended child's pose and breathe. Retuck the toes and make your way back up into downward facing dog. Inhale again into your plank or modified plank. Lowering down, you can do it in one piece or from the knees, elbows wide, Chest down, hips down, elbows come in. Inhale, rise into cobra. And exhale, this time tuck the toes, go right back up into down dog. Inhale once again into your plank. Modify if you'd like, lowering down, chest first, then hips. We don't want to pull the lower back. Tuck your elbows in, inhale, rise, cobra, and exhale again, downward facing dog. From here, let's take a giant step forward with our right foot. So I want the foot with the ankle directly under the knee, eyes looking out, runner's lunge. Good. Once you've made it into your lunge, let's see if we can open the arms, and there's our airplane lunge. Let's release our hands back to the mat. We can all drop to the left knee. Press through the top of your left foot, and then let's rise into crescent moon. You can open the arms wide. Let's rotate to the left and just look out over your right palm. Good, now let the right hand lower and we'll extend the left arm to the sky. Breathe into all that open space. Let's exhale the left hand back down. Reposition those hands, tuck your left toes, and that brings us back into lunge. Now step the right foot back and hold on to your plank. Press back up into down dog. Switch legs, left foot forward this time. Again, you can use your hand to help get your foot there. You can take more than one step. We've got our ankle directly under knee, eyes looking out. Think about pressing your weight into your left big toe, second toe. And then when you're ready, add your arms for your airplane lunge. Good job. Let's exhale the hands back down. Go ahead and lower to the right knee. Press down to the top of that right foot. And let's rise into crescent moon. Let's open the arms wide, stay tall in the waist, rotating right. We can look right over that left hand. Beautiful, and then lower your left hand and lift the right. We'll exhale the right hand back down. Reposition that left hand and then tuck your right toes under. And we're back in our lunge. Very good. Now step right foot forward. So once here, we're going to think about bringing our big toes closer together, keeping the heels apart, and drawing your ribs down against your thighs. So maybe you have to bend your knees, and that's okay. The goal is to get the upper body fully relaxed. As we start to roll up, the belly button is nice and tight. Gonna reach high to the sky, do a little bit of a back bend, and then return to the heart. Try again, let's go into that little back bend, and return to the heart. Once more, there's our little back bend, and this time as we exhale, we're gonna fold forward. So if you need to, you can put your hands on your thighs, help get you down. Once you're down, again, we're into that little ragdoll. Inhale, look out. Exhale, try to go a little deeper. Step the right foot back and then the left foot back into plank or modify. Lowering down, elbows wide, chest down, hips down, elbows in. Inhale, lengthen, nice cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, return to plank. And exhale, down dog. Right foot forward, left foot forward, toes in, heels out. Inhale, let's roll up. Reach high to the sky. Exhale into your heart. Try again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look out. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Left foot back, right foot back, plank or modified plank. We lower down, elbows wide, chest down, hips down, elbows tuck in. Inhale, lengthen, rise into cobra. Exhale, we tuck our toes, and we're back up into down dog. Inhale once again into plank, and then exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, right foot forward, toes in, heels out. Inhale, let's roll up. Reach high, touch the sky. Exhale, hands to our heart. And then from there, let your arms extend, bringing us into standing mountain pose. So become very aware of your balance. We can feel a very sturdy balance from our feet, traveling all the way up through the ankles, into the hips. And then we've got that nice open heart. Breathe. This is a standing rest, so this is another place to come if your body needs a break. Let's inhale again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look out. And exhale as we sink. Right foot steps back. And just hang out in your plank, or in your runner's lunge, sorry. So once we've got our runner's lunge established, we're gonna keep that right hand pressed down. Let's inhale, left arm out to the side. And then on the exhale, revolving at the waist. That's when I'm gonna extend that left hand towards the sky. So we don't wanna feel any pulling in the shoulder or the neck, just rotation at the waist. On the exhale, let's bring the left hand down inside the left foot, and then proceed to walk yourself around into a straddle facing the wide edge of your mat. Toes are straight ahead or turned in slightly. Knees can be as bent as you need them to be. Let's inhale, look out. And then exhale, let the elbows bend and the forearms sink, and just hang out in your wide straddle. From there, let's push down through the palms, and we've got those arms straight once again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, arms can open for airplane, or you can keep your hands on your thighs. Now inhale as we slowly rise. Once we've made it upright, you can adjust your feet. They should be a little wider than your hips. Toes and heels out, and then palms open to the sky. 5-pointed star. Let's inhale the arms up and let just your fingertips meet. Now let your palms press together. We'll lace all of our fingers together. And then turn your palms towards the sky. So while we're actively pushing up with our palms, we're going to pull down with the shoulders. So we're not feeling any tension at all in the neck. Let's press the arms forward. And feel that deep stretch across the upper back and the back of our shoulders. And then rotate your palms to face you as if you're holding onto a large ball in front of your body. Let the large ball lower down, and then just let it rock gently in front of your body. And then once it's back to center, let's re-lift it out in front of us. And then extend your arms, and that brings you back into your star. Beautiful. Now let's turn our left toes to the front end of our mat and align our left heel with our right arch. Think about keeping your hip bones facing the side of your mat. Next, bend your left knee. Inch it out over your ankle without pushing past toes. And think about, again, keeping your weight in your left big toe, second toe. And you find that place where you're balanced and you feel powerful. Breathe into that spot. Good, now let's pull the left leg straight again. extend the left arm out, and we're going to lift the left and lower the right. Turn your left palm towards the sky, and that's our reverse triangle. Let's bring our arms back to shoulder level, and we're right back in that start position. Imagining that we're pressed against the wall. While we're pressing against the wall, start to pull your right hip to the right, and your left arm's going to stretch way out in front of you. Once we can't go any farther in either direction, send the left hand down and lift the right. So remember, it's not about getting your hand to the mat if that means you have to compromise your form. You want to really open the body, breathe into all that space that we've created. Take a little inventory. Are you feeling tension in your right shoulder? If you are, relax that shoulder. Eyes could be looking skyward, straight ahead, or down at your front foot. Now try bending your right elbow so the back of your hand comes into your lower back. That would be our preparation for bound triangle. Want to think about pointing that right shoulder right up at the sky. And then while we're here, we're going to bend the left knee, and you can either place your left forearm on your thigh, or you could reach your left hand to the mat. And this would be preparation for bound angle. Now we can stay in the preparation, or if you want to bind yourself, you could pass your left hand behind you, grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand, or we could send the left hand between the legs, let them hook together. Remember though, we want to keep our right shoulder pointing at the ceiling. We're kind of looking up over that right shoulder. Beautiful, we've got one more inhale. On the exhale, re-extend the right arm up towards the sky. And bring the left hand either to the mat or your forearm to your thigh, bringing us into extended angle. And then from there, let's revolve the upper body so our hands return to the mat. Lift to the ball of our right foot. That brings us back into lunge. Left foot's going to step back, holding on to plank or modified plank. Lowering down, elbows wide, chest down, hips down, elbows tuck in. Inhale, rise cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're back up into down dog. Inhale, forward into plank. And exhale again, down dog. Let's step the right foot between the hands. Once in place, sink your left heel to the mat, turn your left toes out. And now you're aligning your right heel with the back of your left heel, so it's a little different foot position. Knee over ankle, weight in right big toe, second toe, start lifting upper body. We want our hip bones facing forward, we want those shoulders stacked over our hips. Then we can add the arms. Warrior one. Remember, strong arms but soft shoulders, so there's no tension in our neck. Arms wide and start to hinge forward. That brings us into warrior airplane. Let's exhale the hands back down onto the mat. Return to the ball of your left foot so you're back in lunge. And now we're going to push our body weight forward so we end up only standing on the right leg. Pulling the right leg straight, extend the left leg behind you, aim for hip level, and position your hands to form a tripod with your right foot, and that's simply tripod balance. Staying here if you'd like, or if you want to try half moon, align your right thumb with your right pinky toe, start to open your left hip, and then you can extend the left arm towards the sky. All right, right, exhale, left hand down if it's lifted. Let's all start to pull the left knee into your chest and bend your right knee. Now we're gonna simply step our left foot down, toes in, heels out, got our hips sinking down, we've got our knees pulling together, and then lift your ribs away from your thighs, add your arms alongside your ears, and there's our chair pose. Good, now let's bring hands together at heart. Inhale. Exhale, let's rotate off to the right, and then see if you can place your left elbow either on your right thigh or to the outside of your right thigh. And there's our twisting chair. As we exhale, let's come back to neutral. You can place your hands on your thighs, and then I want you to scoop the belly in and round your spine, rolling up. One scrub, let's roll the shoulders back to front. Make them a little bit larger, nice big circles. Beautiful, and then from there, let's take a big inhale into our back bend. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look out. Exhale as we sink. Let's step that left foot back into lunge. Walk yourself around into your wide straddle. So now we should be facing the other side of the mat. Toes in or straight ahead, hands under shoulders, big inhale looking out, and then exhale again. We're simply gonna drop down. Really let go of that upper body. Pressing down through the palms, we'll push the arms straighter and straighter. Inhale, let's look out with our flat back. Again, you can open your arms into your airplane or place your hands on your thighs. And then let's inhale and slowly rise. Once we're up, our feet a little wider than hips, toes in, heels out, palms to the sky. 5 minutes still. Feel all that open space. From there, let's go ahead and lower the right arm alongside the right thigh. Extend the left arm towards the sky. Start inching your right hand down and keep your left arm reaching all the way up to the sky. And back to neutral and bring the right hand up. And now just grab hold of your left wrist. Push your left palm to the sky. And now side bend to your right. Back up towards the side. And switch left to left arm lower. Keep the right hand high. Inching the left hand farther down, but keeping that right arm straight up. And then let's rise back up. You can use your left hand to grab hold of your right wrist, pressing towards the sky. And then side bend to your left. Inhale and come back to that neutral place. And then as we exhale, let's open the arms and let them come right down behind the body. We're going to hook our hands together whatever way works best for you. Draw the shoulder blades together and down your spine. Think about opening your heart and just tip your head back, but only enough to open the throat. You don't want to feel any crease in the back of your neck. And then as we inhale, we can neutralize our spine once again. Let's re-extend the arms, forming our side. Right toes turn to the front end of our mat. We align our right heel with our left arch. our body is tall and straight, and then when we're ready, we bend our right knee. And we're looking for that spot where we're equally balanced in both feet. Our torso is tall and centered. And breathe. Good. Now let's pull the right leg straight without locking. Reach the right arm a little farther forward. Now lift the right and lower the left. Turn your right palm to the sky, and there's reverse triangle. Let's come back to our start position and imagine that we're pressed against the wall. While we're pressing against the wall, we're pushing our left hip left, extending our right arm out. So the goal is to get lots of length in your arms, in your legs, in your spine. Once we can't get any more length, we can lower the right and lift the left. Again, we're thinking about relaxing that left shoulder, but keeping the left arm strong. Beautiful. Now bend the left elbow so the back of your left hand meets your lower back. And think about pressing that left shoulder against the imaginary wall so we're still open. This is our preparation for bound triangle. And then by bending the right knee, that brings us into preparation for bound angle. And our right hand could either be on our thigh or could be all the way to the mat. We can stay in preparation, or we could move into full bound angle, so we could do it one of two ways. You could grab your right wrist with your left hand as it's behind you, or you could pass the right hand through the legs, let your hands hook together. Keep rolling that left shoulder open and look up towards the sky. One more inhale in our bound position. On the exhale, send the left hand up to the sky. Return your right hand either to the mat or your forearm to your thigh. Here's our extended angle. Good. Now exhale, let's start to revolve the upper body. Let your hands return to the mat. Lift to the ball of your left foot. I'm actually going to insert our twisting lunge here because I didn't do it in the beginning. So let's open the right arm to the side. And then as we exhale, revolve at the waist. And there's that twisting lunge. Nice little breeze. Exhale your right hand down. Send the right foot back. Return to your plank or modified plank. We lower elbows wide. Remember, chest down first, then hips. Protect your lower back. Tuck your elbows in. Inhale, rise, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes. Downward facing dog. Inhale again into plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Now step the left foot between the hands. Once we've got our foot in place, we can sink our right heel to the mat, turn our right toes out, aligning our left heel with the back of our right heel. Weight is in our left big toe and we're lifting. So now we've got our hip bones square to the front of our mat. We can have the arms and move into warrior one. Lots of open space, shoulders relaxed, but powerful arms. Good, now let the arms go wide, stay long in the waist, and begin to hinge forward. Lead with your rib cage, bringing you into your warrior airplane. Let's return the hands to the mat. Return to the ball of your right foot, so you're back in your lunge. And now we're gonna push our body weight forward onto the left foot. As we straighten our left leg, our hands form a tripod with our left foot, and there's tripod balance. Remain in tripod or attempt half moon by aligning your left thumb with your left pinky toe. Start to roll the right hip away from your mat and then add your right arm to the sky. Let's exhale, right hand down if it is lifted. Everybody pull your right knee into your chest as you're bending your left knee. And then we'll step the right foot down. Toes in, heels out. Pull those knees closer together as you sink your hips a little deeper. And then lift your ribs away from your thighs. Add your arms alongside your ears. And there's our chair pose. Good, so think about getting those toes turned in. There you go. Yes, now that should feel a lot better. Let your hands press together at your heart. Let's inhale and start rotating left. Exhale, right elbow on left thigh or just to the outside of it. There's our twisting chair. Good, and then as we exhale, let's come out of our twist. And from there, start to straighten your legs. Let's scoop the belly in, we're gonna roll up. Reach high to the sky. And exhale into your heart. Beautiful, let's come back to mountain pose. And breathe. Inhale again. Exhale, open just the arms. Again, let them hook behind us. Rolling shoulder blades together. Drawing downward, open the heart, tip your head back, open your throat. And then inhale, neutralize spine. Exhale, we're gonna start hinging forward. And again, bend your knees if you need to. All right, we're gonna pull our ribs down towards our thighs. Gonna go as far as we can. And then once we're down as far as we can, let your head drop and try to lift your arms a little higher to the sky. As we exhale, hands return to the mat. And then just cradle your elbows in the palms of your hands and let your head drop in that frame. And really, really let go. So we're feeling very calm. Forward bends are a calming pose. So if you don't feel calm, you need to adjust what you're doing. Most likely you need to bend your knees a little bit more. Let's release hands to the mat. Take a giant step back with your right foot. Sink your right knee down. Press to the top of your right foot, and then let's bring both hands to the inside of our left foot. Once there, pull the top of your right thigh forward. So we feel a really good stretch going up the back of our, the front of our right thigh and the back of our left thigh. And then if you want to, you can ease yourself a little closer to the mat. There's our dragon pose. What we want to make sure that we're not doing is pushing that left knee out past our toes so we're feeling discomfort in the knee. You're just going to go where you can go. So we've got two options now. We can remain in our dragon pose. And while we're here, start to open the left knee wide to the side so we end up on the outer edge of our left foot, and that's going to give you some stretch into that left hip. Or you could do pigeon pose. If you want to do pigeon pose, we need to bring ourselves up first. And then we're going to aim our left heel at our right hip bone and our left knee out to the side of our mat. And then start to inch your right leg a little farther back and melt forward. So we want to make sure in pigeon pose that we can press the top of our right foot into the mat. press the outer edge of your left pinky toe into the mat and keep the weight out of your knee so you're really centered over your right hip bone. Now, if you're in pigeon pose, we're going to start to ease ourselves up. And then once we're up, let's tuck our right toes under, lift our right knee. And if you're in dragon pose, same thing. Tuck your toes under, lift that back knee. There you go. Now we all step back, and that puts us into plank. All right, now let's press back up into down dog. That should actually feel pretty good. We'll do a few walks of our dog. We'll raise our heels and sink them down. Now let's step the right foot forward. Brings us back into lunge. And then set your left knee down. Both hands to the inside of that right foot. So we're moving into dragon pose. First thing we're going to do is really start pulling the front of our left thigh towards the mat, which is going to increase the stretch in that right hamstring. And then you can ease down to where your body lets you go. Always caution for the right knee so you're not feeling any discomfort or stress there. And we can remain in our dragon and just start opening the right knee out to the side. So we've got the outer edge of our right foot on the mat, breathing into that hip. Or we can move into pigeon pose. So if you're going to do pigeon pose, we need to bring ourselves upright first. Aim our right heel at our left hip bone. Point the right knee to the outside edge of your mat. Start to inch the left leg a little farther back. And then ease down. And again, we're pressing the top of our left foot into the mat. We're pressing the outer edge of our pinky toe, right pinky toe into the mat. And keep your weight centered over your left hip bone. So we're not feeling any stress in that right knee. And if we are down in our pigeon pose, let's start to inhale our upper body back up. We're going to tuck our left toes under, so lift the left knee. And if you're in that dragon pose, same thing, tuck your toes under, lift your knee, and then we can all step back. Hang out in your plank, nice tight tummies. Press back up into down dog. A few more walks of our dog. And then we'll raise those heels and press them down. Now let's ease down onto all fours. And once there, extend the left leg behind you, push out through the left heel. Let's extend the right arm forward. And then bring the right hand down. And start to open the left arm to the sky, and there's our modified side plank. Now we can stay in the modified version, or if you want to do full side plank, simply extend the bottom leg also. As we exhale, let's come back around onto all fours. And we'll switch. So this time you can push the right leg behind. And the left arm forward. Set the left hand down. Start to open into your side plank, right hand reaching to the sky. Again, you can stay in that modified version, or we could stretch out the bottom leg for full side plank. Good job. Exhale, let's come back around onto all fours. And then just separate your knees with your big toes touching and push back. Let your tailbone reach towards your heels. Drop your chest between your knees, forehead on the mat. Let's slide the right arm through the left armpit, sink your shoulder down. And then take the left arm and you're gonna wrap it around behind you. See if you can get the back of your left hand on the outside of your right thigh. Let's bring the left arm back around, unthread the right, and we'll switch, passing left to right, shoulder sinks down. Just get nice and relaxed into that shoulder. And then try passing the right arm around so the back of your right hand is resting on the outside of your left hip. And we'll bring the right arm back around, unthread the left, and one more extended child's pose, pushing back. We can walk our hands closer to our knees and then just start lifting up our body. And once we're up, let's come around and have a seat. We'll start with just stretching both legs out. Keep a little bit of a bend in your knees and then come forward and hook around your big toes. From there, see if you can pull your ribs closer to your thighs. And then when you've got your ribs on your thighs, see if you can push your legs straighter and just kind of melt down a little farther. Let's release our toes and come back up. And then place your hands so your fingertips point right at your buttocks. Start by just pushing out through your heels, lifting and opening your heart, and opening your throat. Feel like you're just pushing down into the mat with your palms. And let's relax that a little bit. And we'll try again. Push down through your palms. Think about lifting and opening your heart. And then if you want to move into reverse plank, you need to really hold that belly button tight and start to pull your hips up. And then let the bottoms of your feet press towards the mat. We don't want to let the head just hang back, but we want to really lengthen and open the neck. And then from there, if you're up in your plank, let's ease back down. And then we're all gonna start walking our fingers forward, pushing back through the tailbone, melting your belly button to your thighs. Last thing to go down is your head. And then let's inhale and roll up. All right, once we're up, let's bend our knees. You can place our hands behind our thighs. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Now pull the belly button tight, just like we did in the very beginning. Once you've got it nice and tight, find your balance on your tailbone. Now start to lift your feet while maintaining a straight spine. No worries about getting your legs all the way straight. Just don't let your back round out. So once you found that spot where you're maintaining a nice long open spine and your balance, see if you can add your arms. start to open like someone has a big iron, and they're ironing you from the middle of your body all the way out. We're nice and flat on the mat. Push out through your heels, reach out through your fingertips. Let your body go soft, and then inhale your arms up and exhale them alongside you. Let's rebend the knees, feet on the mat, toes in, heels out. Tighten that belly, and we're going to rise right back up into bridge. So feel if you can feel more power in this bridge than when we were doing it the first time round. We're not feeling any weight in our neck. We're not feeling any discomfort in our knees. If you're feeling this in your knees and your thighs versus your glutes and your hamstrings, you need to walk your feet farther out towards the end of your mat. Now try pulling your right knee in and just extend your right leg to the sky. And then let's rebend the right knee. Maintaining our bridge, we switch. Left knee in, nice and straight to the sky. And then let's rebend, place your foot back down. And then slowly start to melt back into the mat. Once we were all the way down, time for a nice hug. Good stretch into the spine, into the gluteals, couple knee circles to massage lower spine, and reverse. And then just keep your knees tucked in. Let's cross our ankles, hook around your big toes with your second and third fingers. Scoop the belly in nice and tight. Press down through the belly button and your back ribs, and round head, neck, and shoulders off the mat. Let's roll back down and change the cross of your ankles. Again, hook around those big toes. Scoop the belly in nice and tight. Press through the back of your ribs and round up. And come on back down. Go ahead and release your toes. You can rest your feet on the mat, knees bent. Arms can go nice and wide, and we're going to drop our knees right as we look left. Ooh, and feel that good stretch across the waistline and the outside of your hip. Come back up, we'll drop them the other way. And then just return to that neutral place. Let's keep our feet close together, and then just let your knees start to open. So we're just allowing the soles of our feet to rest together. Breathe into your inner thighs and your outer hips. And then feel free to adjust your legs and adjust your body on your mat so that you're really feeling the backside of your body in full contact with your mat. Actually becoming aware of the conformation of your body with the earth. So it's not a flat surface. There's little bumps and little different things to feel. So just kind of focus on those things and notice how your body feels. And I want you to visualize your very favorite color. And once you can see it, we're going to attach it to our breath. So every time we inhale, We see all that color entering the body. And as we exhale, we see that color coming out. Now I want you to hold some of that color in your body and start guiding your breath attached to that color around all parts of the body. And as it enters those spots where we feel extra tension or those places that give us issue, we're going to breathe there and see the color intensify in those spots. So that once our breath leaves that area, it takes out that tension. Eventually we feel as if we're just floating above the surface of our mat. We can't even feel our body on the mat. Never, never be afraid to do what's right, especially if the well-being of a person or animal is at stake. Society's punishments are small compared to the wounds we inflict on our soul when we look the other way. Let's set aside all of our anxious thoughts and make a decision to live our days with courage, with an open heart and a grateful heart, and a heart filled with hope, extending random acts of kindness all along the way. Know that my soul honors your soul. I honor that place in you where the entire universe resides. I honor the light, the love, the truth, the beauty, and the peace within you, because it is also within me. In sharing these things, we are united. We are the same. We are one. Namaste.